I recently picked up a Roberts R200 transistor radio from our local Radio Society used equipment sale. The radio was very dirty, but overall was in good condition. It had the original control knobs, but these were missing the brass inserts. The red Rexine cloth was dirty, but not damaged. The dial glass, which is actually Perspex, was very dirty, but the lettering on the dial was in good condition and not smudged or disappearing. The grille was okay. There were a few marks on it, but no dents, and the radio had the original Roberts badge, which in a lot of cases would have gone missing many a year ago. For the initial power up test, I used a power supply that was current limited and delivering 9 volts. We can see about 20 milliamps being drawn, which is okay. Long wave radio 4 comes in clear.
Yeah, he is, yeah. But they both love to see you.
Well, I'd love to see that.
However, medium wave has a howl.
Wine spritzer for the...
The reception on long wave with a good clear signal indicated the radio was probably working okay in regards to transistors, but the howling on medium wave was probably going to be down to some leaky capacitors somewhere, so we needed to investigate. Removing the chassis from the case was relatively easy. You need to unscrew the control knobs, and then there are blocks either side of the ferrite rod aerial that have a single screw. Unscrew those and then pull the blocks out using the hooks. Interestingly, I found 2 pieces of paper in the radio, the first being a hand-drawn circuit diagram, well, it's a partial diagram of the circuit. Second piece of paper, some favourite stations from the time with the frequencies and the times to listen to. Interestingly, Caroline's on there. I don't know what AFN is. I don't know if anyone knows. I started by replacing the Plessey red, black and yellow capacitors. These are known to be bad. I also replaced the green electrolytic capacitor. This had been replaced by a previous owner in the past, but was old and needed replacing as well. The electrolytic replacement didn't make much difference to the howling. It's still there on medium wave, but the radio was drawing a little less current than before. I started replacing the brown moulded paper capacitors one by one, and after the second replacement, medium wave sprang into life. I didn't need to change the waxy capacitors, and I didn't go any further replacing any more of the brown moulded ones, but I suppose a full restoration you probably should. Amazingly, the first radio station that I picked up on medium wave was Radio Caroline. It's coming through quite loud and clear in the evening. The yellow clip leads are just clipped around the waxy capacitors. I cut them to test those out, but I then resoldered those back together. This is the trader service sheet for this radio. Looking at the service sheet, we can see it was issued in 1960. The radio shows a serial number that matches this sheet. Roberts did release the radio again with different transistors in, the notorious AF series transistors that had the tin whisker problem. But this radio has OC series transistors, and these didn't seem to be an issue in here. Resistors, never checked any of those. Everything else seemed to be okay. This is the circuit diagram. We've got some alignment instructions as well down here. I didn't try and tinker with these cores because they are quite fragile, and the radio was receiving well anyway. So there's more alignment procedures, some more diagrams of where the components are located.
Stock of these missiles for the United States to provide some to Ukraine.
Right, and so what would be the issue diplomatically providing them? Because it seems quite obvious that Trump is... including UK Storm Shadow missiles, it's obviously been used, and fighter jets, etc. So is it just a diplomatic issue that Trump's considering right now, why he wouldn't give them to Ukraine?
That Russia has continuously pointed to over the course of the conflict, and it's one that, for the most part,
female DJ, belly dancer, door players, dance group, three-course sit-down dinner, and
Now that's why we need your help on the Sports Bar Weekend. 03717 223344. Join us on the world's biggest sports station, Talk Sport with Coley.
That's possibly Radio Poland.
Every day Ukraine's allies aren't united behind it is another day its people pay
Very
the
strong
price.
signal from Radio 4.
A 21-year-old man has been jailed for 17 years for arranging an arson attack in London last year on behalf of the Russia-backed Wagner Group.